Oddly early. Well, hey, we could turn this into the Pocketnow Nightly if you want. Is there a Pocketnow Daily without Apple name? No, there is not. No Pocketnow Daily until November 3rd. Jaime, how could you? Somebody's got to do some dirty work, man. That's right, it's that time of the week. I am Jaime Rivera. This is Pocketnow, and this is the Pocketnow Daily Recap for last week. So on Monday, I asked you if you wanted the Microsoft Smartwatch that was rumored. Back then, the Microsoft ban was not announced, and the news were that Microsoft was going to beat Apple to the punch, which the company turned out to do. We have 416 comments, out of which Davide says, battery life, that's all we care about, and that is how I'll judge the MS Smartwatch. I don't care about anything if I need to charge it more than often than my smartphone, and I do agree with you. Probably one of the best comments of the week. Pointless for smartwatches. That's one of the reasons why I still stick to the Pebble, mainly because I don't want to charge my smartwatch all the time. Really, for that added functionality of speakers and so many other things, I would rather have a watch that works all the time. And Lazarus says, more competition brings better innovation. At least Microsoft is being smart and making it cross-platform. Plus, who knows if they get this one right? Agreed with you. Cross-platform is the way to go. Microsoft is doing it right. Hopefully, they make something better than the Microsoft ban, because that thing is ugly. Then another commenter says, you suck. You suck. I want the Microsoft smartwatch that uses live tiles. No one wants an Android or iOS UI. Live tiles are the best thing on a smartphone. Dude, if the majority of the market would agree with you by buying Windows phones, I'd probably agree with you as well. On Tuesday, I asked you, what do you think about Apple's recent success? The company had just posted quarter results and it was selling a staggering amount of iPhones. We have 718 comments, out of which one of them says, I don't think so. Apple should succeed because, come on, everyone knows that Apple doesn't provide you with many services if you live outside USA or Canada, and these two countries isn't the entire world. You're actually wrong in that. One of the main reasons why I became an iOS user was because it took forever for Google Play to sell music, movies, and everything else outside the United States. Actually, it just started working in my country like 2 months ago. And then applications were extremely blocked outside of the United States, where it was really easy to do so on the Apple stores. So, sadly, we can't agree. Then John Edmund says, simple, they have the best products. That's why they sell the most. People buy what works. Apple works. A lot of people agree with you, it seems. That's why the quarter results were there. And Peter Bailey says, Apple can make all the money in the world, but iOS is still garbage. There's a reason why they're making all the money in the world now. On Wednesday, I asked you, what was your current email client of preference? Google had just launched Inbox, its new cross-platform service, and it made a lot of headlines. And, well, we have 385 comments, out of which Fred says, just Gmail. It's really all you need. And I wish I could agree. I like Gmail visually, but the problem is you still can't get multiple email feeds in just one folder, which is just terrible considering how many other applications can do that. And Mahmoud says, I think Mailbox is a fantastic application to use. I agree with you. It's probably one of my favorites. Again, mainly because I get everything in one folder. Then Michael says, I use Cloud Magic. It's pretty awesome. And I think like 90% of the commenters actually talked about Cloud Magic. I have never given it a try, but you just made me want to give it a try. Cool. Then on Thursday, I asked you, what do you think about Facebook Rooms? Facebook had just launched a new application that provides you with sort of a, you could call it a chat room. It's anonymous, a lot of benefits for some people, I guess. We have 619 comments, out of which Crystal says, who do these rooms benefit? Even if they are private, Facebook still has access to them. I wonder if there is another random Facebook experiment, and this could be that, you know, Facebook Paper, Facebook Home, all these were experiments that have not really taken off. It's funny, but everything that Facebook creates sucks, but then everything that Facebook buys is great. And Jivan says, Facebook creating apps like hell. Anyone please stop them. Agreed. Somebody please do. Then Robert says, Room seems like a great idea. Private forums would work well in business and personal use. I could chat with all my tech friends in one area and not be trolled by the public or my tech challenge friends. You have a very interesting point here. I actually don't talk about tech mostly on Facebook, almost at all. And then on Twitter, I rather not do it all the time, mainly because, yeah, it can annoy people. Not everybody that follows you is related to tech. You have a very interesting point, though. Again, let's see if Facebook Rooms take off. And finally, on Friday, I asked you if you were interested in a smartwatch or a fitness tracker. The news were that Nike and Apple are working apparently on this new fitness tracker or smartwatch or whatever that's actually fashionable, which is interesting considering that Nike ditched the Fuel Band. We have 465 comments, out of which Wolf-Arene says, my last watch was $200 and it tells me the time for 57 minutes of an hour and I can see the date. $350 for a smartwatch? Sure, good point. Actually, you can even get the Pebble for $100, which is really where I've stuck on. Yeah, it's a good price point. It is aggressive. The problem is, it's still a gimmick for a lot of people, and even for me in some cases. For me, it's cool to have notifications in my wrist, but I don't really need them. Then Powell says Motorola Moto 360 is the best wearable device in the world has ever seen. However, I'm waiting for the second gen for better battery life. I kind of agree with you. I find the Moto 360 to be one of the best watches I've ever seen, not necessarily a smartwatch, but yeah, I'm waiting for version 2 as well, mainly because of the battery life. And then Isaiah Hughes says, smartwatches aren't really all that great. They do a bad job at doing what your phone does on a smaller screen too. This was the best comment of the week, honestly. Thank you. It is a great point. Smartwatches are cool, but not necessarily better than anything you could already get from a smartphone. And that's really the problem. We need something better from smartwatches, and it seems that nobody has really figured it out. A lot of people think that Apple is going to do it with the Apple Watch. I don't agree. Honestly, it's pretty much almost the same thing as everything that every other OEM is doing. And no, we want smartwatches that don't depend on phones to do whatever they can do uniquely, and this is really the problem. If I'm just going to be saving time from pulling my phone from my pocket, that's really not a benefit for many. But leave us a comment down below. Do you think that smartwatches should do better? And tell us, what is that better thing that you think they should do? That's it for our Pocketnow Daily Recap. Thank you very much for watching. A couple of tips if you want your comments to be featured. Number 1, keep them short. Number 2, stick to the point. Number 3, try to get some thumbs up. It helps us spot them a lot easier. You can also follow us on social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. You can follow me on Twitter, Jaime_Rivera. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I am Jaime Rivera. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.